is altijd lente in de ogen van de tandartsassistenten. Het is altijd lente in de ogen van de tandartsassistenten. Voor de patiënten van de assistenten is het altijd lente.
Where are we at, Dad?
Houston, Texas. Museum of Natural Science, I think.
And what are we here to see?
We're here to see the cadavers from Germany.
That's it. Body World 3.
So
All right.
me,
Natalie with skin.
with skin, and without skin.
All right. We've done it.
We done it. How was it?
Wonderful,
I can't tell if I can
exciting,
see more.
thrilling, exhilarating, and
A little bit gross sometimes, but not bad.
nope.
It was awesome.
You kind of got looking past the grossness after a couple of statues.
Yeah.
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 After that,
It
you
was
just
fascinating.
became fascinated by the anatomical detail.
Yeah. That's right. So if Body Worlds ever comes to your city, you should go see it.
Absolutely.
Totally worth it.
Good value for money.
That's right.
Plus, you might learn something.
That's right. And it wasn't gross. Like I said, it was gross earlier, but that's just because I felt like I was expected to say that. Because I'm expected to think that the insides of bodies are gross. But I mean, there's no... I mean, they look like real people. They still look like... I mean, the ones that have, you know, most of their faces on, even the ones that don't, you can still kind of almost see. You feel like you could almost recognize that person if you had known them in real life. But I don't know, it's not gross. There's no blood or anything. The coolest things there, I thought, or some of the coolest things, were things that they did with arteries. So what they did was, basically they injected some sort of plastic into a person's arteries, and they could do this for like their hand or their foot or their head or sometimes their whole body. They would inject this red plastic in there, and then the plastic would set up, and then they would use solvents or cut away everything else, and so you'd just be left with this really intricate plastic model of just where their arteries were. And they had these things kind of suspended in water or in some liquid, and it was amazing. Like, it was like a hand or a foot, like I said, but just the arteries, and there were so many, and it was so thick and so, you know, intricate with all the little tiny capillaries and everything, and it was just absolutely fascinating. And they had like a whole rooster. They did that for a whole rooster, just the arteries. I mean, it was incredible. And I took notes. Look at this. I brought my Moleskine and I took notes. See if there's anything interesting that I had to say about this. They had this one hip joint that was from a person who had congenital hip dysplasia. And so my dad said, you know, that's what you had when you were a baby. I was a breech baby, and I was kind of all twisted up, so I had some problems with my hips, and something with my shoulders, something with my neck, and I had to wear a brace for a few months, and then when that got taken off, I had to, I mean, this was like a full body brace. Like, my little legs had to be all wrapped up in little lamb's wool with things tied around them in buckles, and it went all up my body, and I had to wear this pretty much all day. And there was this couple standing next to us, a man and a woman, and the woman had a little bitty baby, in kind of like a baby Bjorn sort of thing, just on her chest, a little bitty baby. The lady was listening to us talk, and she was like, yeah, that's what our daughter has too. And so I looked at the baby, and its little leg was sticking out of the carrier, and it had a little bitty brace on it, on this little leg, just like my brace. You know, so I said that, I was like, oh, you know, she has a brace just like mine, and I still have it. You know, so, and I mean, we talked about it a little bit, and I was like, you know, did she have to do the exercises? And I said, well, no, not yet. She's only 5 weeks old, so a little bitty baby. And so my dad was like, yep, look, they survive, which that was maybe not the best comment to say in that situation. I mean, people don't usually die of hip dysplasia anyway, but It didn't seem in that good of taste, but whatever. It was just, I don't know. I thought it was really cute to be bonding over a joint with hip dysplasia. Body Worlds, I think, is probably the only place where you can be standing around a table with a bunch of strangers, all of you silently staring at a severed penis, and not feel the least bit uncomfortable. It was kind of a strange experience. Body World, it was incredible. Go if you get the chance. I guess we'll have to dig that one up soon.